Chris Wallace, welcome to Brian and the Judge.
Hey, Kirsten, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for being here.
Well, it's good to be with you, Kirsten.
Should we just keep pretending that Brian's not here? It'll be much more enjoyable for
Who's
you.
pretending?
Allison was literally on Fox and Friends this morning. Allison Camerata was literally tingling with excitement because she has never spoken to you on the air before.
That's
I
not
tingle
true.
with excitement whenever he's on, and I've spoken to him before.
He's got a presence about him and a really deep voice. When are you getting on vacation again? You only took 1 week this summer.
No, I took 2 weeks.
You did?
I did, and I'm done for the summer.
Do you go to St. Bart's with Letterman? I mean, that's where all the really talented people go, right?
No, I went to Martha's Vineyard to stay at my father's house.
Now, I am going to stay. Listen to this. Do you go into town at Martha's Vineyard?
No.
Yeah, of course.
Because Kirsten goes
No,
to Martha's.
I stay in the family compound. I have people come to me.
Well,
But
Kirsten.
he's there for weeks. I was there for 1 weekend, 2 days.
But you never go into town, you said.
But I don't usually go for more than a couple days.
But what's the sense of going on vacation and
Because I'm in a nice house and there's a beach, and what do I need to go into town
Don't you think that's
for?
odd, Chris?
Well, I
Not
don't
to
know.
socialize?
Boy, this is boring. But where were you?
In Chilmark.
Yeah, you see, that's way up, and we don't even consider that part of the island. That's way up island, as they say. It's in the country.
Now, I am going for the first time to Cape Cod.
You're going to be in Provincetown, I hear.
I think
No,
I'm going to interrupt. I think I'm going to interrupt this conversation before we lose all of our listeners.
Right. I hate to say, I hate to take both of them off.
Can I tell you something interesting?
Yes.
I'm having a big birthday in October. The big 6-0.
Get out
No
of here.
way.
No, I am. So anyway, well, you say, well, so why? But this has to do with vacation. So I was thinking of how to celebrate it. And I was planning on having a big party and inviting all of my friends and hopefully some big shots. And I'd sit there and say, this is what I've accomplished in my 60 years. And as I thought about it more and more, I decided that really sounded horrible and incredibly depressing. So instead, I am going on a vacation this is my next vacation in October, to Las Vegas, and with my wife, and we're going to go crazy.
I can't picture that. And
I'm going to Las Vegas, yes.
Wow.
Uptight Chris Wallace in Las Vegas.
But Chris, you got to say you're going to Vegas, baby. That's what you said.
No, I couldn't carry that off, and nobody'd believe it. You could handle that, but I couldn't do that.
Now, Chris, before we
I'm
talk
going
about
to the good restaurants. I'm going to the big shows.
Well, I think that's great. I cannot believe it. I mean, to be totally honest, you're aging well. I don't know what you're using, some type of moisturizer, or have you had tummy tucks?
Okay.
Do you ever listen to yourself?
This is usually what happens in the last hour. We don't usually start getting like this in the second hour.
I know.
Hey, Chris, what do you think about Brian and I have been arguing for the last couple of days about this whole Hillary-Obama dust-up. Who do you think's winning?
I'm going to go very counterintuitive in this, and I'm going to go very counter what my initial reaction was. Watching the debate, as I did live that night, I thought, that's a mistake by Obama, and it's Hillary, and has shown her experience. I now think that Obama's getting the better side of this argument.
Oh my gosh, you agree with Brian?
I absolutely do, but frankly, part of it is because I think that it's a statement about how far to the left the Democratic Party is going.
Right.
There's no question that Hillary, in a foreign policy sense, is right, and I hate saying that, Hillary and Obama. Clinton is right, and Obama is wrong. I mean, you can't, having covered the White House for 6 years, you don't go into these summit meetings unless they're prepared, unless there's a lot of ground, or in fact, you can do a lot more damage. They can be extremely counterproductive, as we saw with Reagan and Gorbachev in a couple of cases.
But you think his is the better political position?
Because I think that he's able to say, all this talk about preconditions and careful diplomacy, you don't go into meetings, that just sounds like Bush and Cheney. And I think that's a pretty effective line for him to use. It does sound like Bush and Cheney. But you think, because clearly the Obama people, continuing this fight, they seem to think that this is playing to their advantage. You think
I think
wrong?
I think that you are exactly right, that it's smart politics. They clearly have made a decision that this is what the left wants to hear. This is what the liberals want to hear. They're very important in the primary. You're also having Newt Gingrich on this.
We're going to have Newt Gingrich on.
Gingrich told us earlier in the week that he thinks that the ticket will be Hillary and Obama. Do you think Obama would be the vice presidential candidate to Hillary?
I think that would be insane.
Yeah,
don't
so that's
you?
what I think. Yeah,
I think that's a Republican fantasy.
Well,
I've heard a lot of Democrats say it too, actually. But
Well, I know, but it seems to me, there's like too many trend breakers there. It seems to me you want to put and I'm curious to think that, the obvious choice to go with Senator Clinton would be Richardson.
You said that last week. I said Biden.
No, she doesn't need foreign policy help, and he doesn't help her in the Northeast.
But he's doing pretty well on the debates. I think people are liking him. You like Biden.
I think he's a great guest, and he basically
well, that's all that really matters. Isn't it?
He basically looks like he's ready to explode with each answer in rage.
Well, I worry about his heart. I think there are 2 points. One, I don't think he helps you in the way. I mean, if you just look at it in a cold, calculated sense, which Hillary Clinton will no doubt do, the one part of the country that you really think you might be able to turn some red states blue is the Southwest, is New Mexico, Nevada, Arizona, Colorado, and he could help you in those states, and which Biden couldn't. And also, wouldn't you worry a little bit? And I respect and like Joe Biden a lot, but I do worry that he's one sentence away from bringing the whole house down.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
I always thought that Kerry should have picked Gephardt as his running mate. And interestingly enough, I was talking to Dick Cheney, and he said that he thought that he should have made Gephardt his running mate. And, you think about the fact that all he needed was Missouri or Ohio and 60,000 votes. Gephardt could have made the difference. And in fact, when it got down to the race and to Election Day, Edwards didn't help Kerry with a single electoral vote.
That's true. Do you see that name dropping? I was talking to Cheney.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to be Chris Wallace. Chris, I can't believe you're going to be 60.
I got an autographed picture the other day from Cheney, and you know what he signed it?
Wow.
Dick. Not Dick Cheney, not Vice President. It's to Chris. Always enjoy being on the show. Dick. Just Dick.
That is awesome. Chris, I am happy for you that you're going to spend a romantic weekend in Vegas, but I was hoping you'd do something in Martha's Vineyard and that you'd invite me and we'd have a chance to, look back at your life because clearly your best years are ahead. All right, you're Kirsten's favorite guest ever. Chris Wallace, thanks so much for talking to me.
Bye, Kirsten. I'm going to miss you next week.
I'm going to be here next week.
Oh, you're going to be here.
Brian's
hey,
me
Brian,
that's off.
Brian's
have a nice time. Another week off.
All right.
See you later.
Truth, honesty, perspective.
Brian and the Judge
On Fox News Talk.